But it will be as fun.
Hello. Welcome back to the channel. You join us
In the Peugeot.
in the pug.
We are in a car park of a rather exciting car dealership. You can just see like a little, what's that? GT4.
GTS?
GT4 Cayman.
Oh.
Very nice, very nice. But we'll get on to that. But today I think we're going to talk about plans with the Peugeot. Whether I'm going to keep it, whether I'm going to sell it, whether I'm going to buy something else.
What that could be.
What that could be. Yeah, but stay tuned.
Don't forget, guys, as well, like, subscribe, press that bell icon as well. I'm hoping by this point we've figured out how to put the little Giphy things in, so it just comes up like here.
Bing.
So we're just going for a little drive, as you can hear.
We found some half decent roads that are just empty near where we live.
So East London coming up good with the with some roads left here. So we just thought we'd take the chance really for Thomas to give an update on what his plans are, because
basically there's a bit of a predicament because we live in London. The ULEZ zone is extending, meaning that this car would be 15 quid a day to run.
Is that if you park on the road as well? Do you have to pay for parking on the road?
See, I don't know the ins and outs of it.
Okay.
To use it, say if I used it in a day, it would cost me 15 quid.
Yeah.
Because it's older and it obviously the emissions back then were a bit different. Yeah, anything that's kind of beyond 15 years old, you'll have to pay for ULEZ, which is a little bit of a issue.
Yeah, luckily if the Alpha doesn't apply.
Yeah, so the Alpha's just
go figure.
Yeah, which is strange, isn't it? And the Jeep's fine.
And the Jeep's fine. I mean, that's a 6.4 V8, but that's fine.
So I think we've got to wait and see a little bit what happens, because the rules might change, who knows. But yeah, so I've got the itch, I've got a V8 itch at the minute. I've been looking at E92 M3s or the E91s as well, E90 sorry.
Yeah. E9X.
And they're kind of great value at the minute for what you get. They've pretty much, I think, bottomed out price wise, so I think it's quite a good investment opportunity perhaps, because I think they probably will, like the E46 now, start to come up in value.
It's a naturally aspirated V8, isn't it? So they're a dying breed as is. Manual, dying breed.
So I think realistically you can pick one up for 15 grand, less than 15 grand, and I reckon for this I could get, I don't know, 7,
yeah, but the question is, if you could, would you keep this and just have it as your, because you're not going to get the same driving experience with the M3
no
as you are with this.
I don't actually think it would be as fun. It would on the limit, but like if you're going like kind of normal speeds.
Sorry, we just found a little detour spot there, so we just you'll see it in the thumbnail. Very nice.
That's quite nice there.
Yeah. Values, Thomas, carry on.
So I reckon it's going to give the beans a little bit.
Good, yeah.
I reckon you could probably pick up an M3 for 15 grand, probably less, in fairly good condition. So they do have a couple of known issues, the rod bearings and throttle actuators, but as long as they're sorted, and you've got a fairly reliable car there. And then I reckon for this, probably 7-8 grand I could get for it.
If anybody wants to make any offers,
yeah,
ping a message.
So yeah, that's my conundrum at the minute. Do I keep this, buy an M3 as well, which I probably would have to finance a little bit if I did it that way, and then keep both? But because we live in London, I'll have to pay for 2 parking spaces.
Which is what I do.
Which is what you do. But if you're thinking keep the Peugeot because it's going to go up in value and it's a good investment.
Yeah, try and find somewhere outside of London to keep
I'd
it.
Have to, yeah, because it wouldn't be feasible to park it in London. It cost me 100 quid a month.
Yeah.
Best part of 1,200 quid a year then, and I'd have to then pay insurance, tax, MOT, blah blah blah. Call it 2 grand all in. Swivel round.
Swivel round.
Swivel round. basically, if you live around London near the Excel, there's like some really nice empty roads that go from roundabout to roundabout, which I reckon are nice.
As long as you drive sensibly and within the laws.
Yeah, all that crap.
Yeah.
But yeah, back up to the M3. So if I keep the Peugeot, it's going to cost me a couple of grand a year just to have it.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's going to go up in value by $2 grand a year.
No.
So there's that.
What would your ideal spec for the M3B?
So I've been looking at both the E92s and E90s because I think the 4 doors are actually pretty cool.
I prefer the saloons to the
because they've got kind of big fat arches and they do have that cool factor, but they're obviously rarer, so finding the right spec is going to be more difficult. But really manual, ideally with rod bearings done, because that costs like the best part of $2 grand to do.
Oof, does it?
But if they go, it's a whole new engine. So
nice.
yeah. And so yeah, manual, ideally black, and ideally with the competition wheels. But if not, I'm not too fussed about that. And I probably would tune it a little bit.
Intake, cold air intake, exhaust.
Yeah, exhaust.
Just getting mapped properly.
Suspension, mapping, maybe stage 1. Yeah.
Brakes. Brakes should be
Don't know
right.
what standard brakes are like to be honest. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That could be, and by buying an M3, they're ULEZ compliant, so I wouldn't have to pay anything. But it would be as
fun.
It'd be quicker than this, obviously, but it would be as fun.
So this is an adventure every time you go out in this car, isn't it? It's a good laugh.
So yeah, that is my predicament.
So it sounds like you've got your mind set on the M3. We've just been to the Porsche garage in East London.
We'll share some B-roll of that.
We'll do some B-roll.
Lovely cars.
But the reason for that journey was for another video. And however, it's got you thinking as well, hasn't it? As what the possibilities are, what else you could do as well. So
yeah, I think ideally the goal is to get a car that's not going to depreciate in value, but it's still going to be really fun and something that you've always kind of lusted after. So other German stuff, E46 M3s, V7 RS4s, even 911, 996 Pro 4Ss are creeping down in value. And I've thought about M2s as well, but I think M2s will keep on plummeting in value, so it's not really a factor. But I think it'll be something that's bigger and heavier than this, but with a bigger engine and more power.
What about like a Cayman? Like the old one?
A Cayman S, yeah, but I just don't love the way the Gen 1 looks, and I could only afford the first generation.
They are nice, but they're not as nice as the new ones. The new ones are just...
The new ones look so much better, and you'd always be like, oh, I bought the crap looking one. But yeah.
Fair enough. Well,
if you guys have any thoughts,
jump in the comments and any suggestions. First, I think Tomo should keep the 205 and just put it in a garage somewhere and just have it for the summer car, but it's one of the options.
Yeah, it's one of the options.
One of the options, and then just get something for razzing about. Oh, that is aggressive.
But yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah, get in the comments, get any suggestions, let us know. Just literally anything.
One quick last roundabout.
Take this, if you look here. No. So, yeah, like we said, get in the comments. That's it for this video.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have some updates on it.
We got some good cars lined up as well, though, haven't we?
Yeah.
So the next couple of videos will probably be reviewing some nice, quick motors.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, COVID
related. And then, yeah.
Now Ollie's going to drive this.